Hi there, y'all. Well,
Hey.
let me thank you. Let me thank you all, everybody in the group, for joining and sharing so openly and being so inviting. I'll tell you, it's a bit intimidating sometimes for me when I walk through and I just hear the language, the common language that we speak in here and in the river. Um, I walk by and I listen. Oftentimes I'm just getting home from work at this time. So I'm listening and I'm like, wow, this is like being a freshman and accidentally sitting in on a postgraduate class for me sometimes. I just ended up in the wrong class. And I've been using that analogy for a long time. I'm like, Elizabeth is taking postgraduate, bleeding edge studies, and I'm still in, you know, um, how to how to schedule your classes 101. And I know that's not fully true, but there are times when I felt that way. But you all have made it so open and inviting. As you've been talking, it reminds me of a true story that's a little embarrassing, but it's funny. Um, when I was in college, I used to say things, and I meant this, that God watches out for fools and idiots because he just had my back. And I was acting a fool in college. And I remember I stopped going to class. I figured out my senior year that if I could get an A on the first exam, I didn't have to go to class anymore. I just needed to pass to get my degree. And this is back in the time where, anyway, it was in the 80s. And I went and I took the final exam at the location that it was posted on the syllabus at night, sat down, took the exam for a physics class, and finished it, went back, and then they used to post your grades on the wall. We didn't have the internet back then. And it was just it was a massive green bar report taped to the wall, and it had your social security number and then your grade. And this professor taught a lot of classes. So this was like 3 or 4 sheets long. And I go through and every single number has a grade except for mine. There's no grade. And so I went up to the professor's office, and now you get the analogy. Follow me here. I'm going up to talk to the professor and going, knocked on the door and I said, Professor so-and-so, I need to talk to you. I don't have a final grade. And he goes, are you Todd Plank? And I said, yes, sir. And he goes, I didn't put it there because I had to meet the man who managed to go to the wrong class, take the exam with the wrong class at the wrong time, and still do well on the exam. And you pass my class and your grade is like a C minus or something. And I looked at him and I said, are you serious? I said, well, what happened? He goes, you didn't come to class, did you? I said, well, I wasn't going to lie. I said, not for a while now. He goes, we all voted to swap exams with the other class. He goes, so you completely lucked out that you took the right exam with the wrong class, the wrong night, wrong date. And I've told that story so many times because it's funny, but irresponsible, right? But it was God who had me, and it was always, and I have so many stories like that where I didn't know why, but I knew to do something, or I knew to go here, or I knew. It's almost, God treats me more like Forrest Gump than he does, St. Francis. And then I sit in with you all and you make me feel so welcome, and you pull out the I am. You pull out the parts of me that don't think I'm there yet. You pull out with the what ifs. I mean, honestly, just by naming it what if, I was like, oh, I can't do that. That's going to be too advanced for me. But when you call it the What If Chronicles, I'm like, well, what if I just listen? What if I just sit down? What if I just attend? And then I started going, hey, wait a minute, I have something to say. What if I spoke up? What if I tried this? What if I tried expanding my heart? And I shared this in the river one time. Elizabeth said to me 3 or 4 years ago, just sit there right now and close your eyes and expand your soul outside of the house. And I looked at her like she had 10 heads. I said, you might as well have just told me to fly to the moon on a paper. I don't know how to do that. But this year I did it. I sat there and I just did heart-brain coherence to the best of my ability. I'm still not at 6 minutes, but I'm close. And I sat there and I just expanded my heart and my love over my family here in Austin. And it actually broke something off that to this day hasn't come back, relationally and stress-wise in the family. So I can't tell you how honored I am to sit with you all who have put in the time and the effort while I'm off doing my day job and not realizing how much of this I carry with me everywhere until I sit down and see your faces and hear your comments and feel so welcome.
Todd, that was just, oh my gosh, my heart is full, my friend, just full. That blesses my heart so much, so much. And that, you know, that is Father's heart, right? Just what if? How beautiful that little sweet invitation, just that innocent word, what if? 2 words. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that. Such light.
It's such, I mean, that is the key to unlock so much, because we don't have to get caught up in theology anymore.
That's right.
Nobody's sitting here saying, thus saith the Lord. We're saying, what if?
Right.
Yeah.
What if Papa, what if Daddy wanted this for you?
That's right.
And just all the things. One of our friends said, you've been in so many different rivers. You've got such a unique flavor of the Spirit of God all over you two. And this is a culmination of so much to where it's really opened up things I've been learning for years and tied them all together. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Matter of fact, in the chat, Margie said, what beautiful authenticity and vulnerability. And that is the truth. That is truly authenticity right there. Thank you so much, Todd.
Oh, well, you're welcome, and thank you all.
Todd, you're outstanding. I so appreciate every time that when you're on the river with us, that you speak out. You know, I just want to say, and I know this doesn't gonna fit with the culture that we're in, where because there's such division in our culture, but as Elizabeth's husband, hi Elizabeth, yeah, no, it's so you have been such a strength to the river. You have because of your love for your family and for the journey, and you've allowed us, as you've been transparent. And at first, like a year and a half ago, you'd poke your head in around the back as Elizabeth and Jen were finishing dinner and giggling together and snuggling, and there you are, and you just your presence and your sharing have made all the difference in so many of us, and I just so appreciate how well I loved your story there. I was laughing out loud. I hope I didn't interrupt the recording, but you bring that love and that compassion and that transparency, and by the way, that power of being able to make the complex so simple because of what you walk in your love. And I know that I don't know you on the workforce, but I know that that's the man to his family, that's the man to his friends, that's the man in the workplace. So thank you so much for your contribution. You are making us better.
Right.
Thank you.
That's right.